It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Hello to all. Welcome to Divas That Care Network. I am Joyce Benning, and I will be your host for this very invigorating, robust lifestyle show. I would first like to take a moment and thank each one of our listeners that have tuned in live today and the ones that will be listening to the recording on the podcast. I am just so very grateful for each one of you, and we so appreciate you tuning in to this Divas That Care robust lifestyle show. And you are in for a very, very special time today, as I am just so excited to have a couple returning divas with me. I have Nancy, Lee Gerson, and Janet Alexander returning, and we are going to talk about a launch that they are doing with, it's called Equine Spirituality as a book genre. Oh, man, this is going to be a very special show today. So, Nancy, could I please have you introduce yourself to our listeners today, and then we'll have Janet introduce herself?
Yes, absolutely. And if I am coming through too low or too loud, you'll let me know. Yes, Joyce?
Yes, I will. You sound absolutely perfect, Nancy.
Oh, nice. Well, we're very excited. I want to say right at the top of the bill that we are actually a triad. We're a trio of women. So with us today, of course, is myself and Jan Alexander, but we also have Linnea Cohn-Paxton. She's the third leg of our triangle. She has an important family event going on today, so we will certainly represent her as honorably as we can. So it's the three women. I'm Nancy Gerson. My book is The Horse Who Changed My Life, My Serendipitous Journey Through Equus, and I'll pass along now the microphone to Jan.
Oh, perfect. Jan, if you are there, could you please introduce yourself?
Oh, let me do the honors. You know, with technology these days, we love it, we hate it. It's our best friend, it's our worst friend, so I'm going to go for it. It's Janet Alexander, At Home on a Horse in the Woods is Jan's book. She's also written a wonderful book about all the myriad ways to braid your horse tails and manes and forelocks into bracelets and necklaces, etc. She can talk about that as well. So she's got two books to offer people in the equine world. We'll see if she comes on with the technology. If not, you know, you and I are going to rock it. I could talk forever about equine spirituality.
Oh, definitely. I hear you completely. We can carry on, like you said, for hours, just the two of us talking about it.
Yeah.
So we will have no problem with that.
No, none at all.
If you would like to introduce tell a little bit about Linnea also and her book, sure, and how the three of you maybe came together to do this equine spirituality.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think I said the name of her book. From the Heart of a Horsewoman, Horse as Bridge Between Spirit and Matter is the subtitle. So From the Heart of a Horsewoman, Horse as Bridge Between Spirit and Matter. We come from really different backgrounds as to our foray into the world of Equus. We bought each other's books. We reviewed each other's books. We gushed over each other's books, and we have very different entries in, as I say. Linnea loves to put it this way, and I made sure beforehand, Joyce, that she would let me represent her perspective, and I think I'll say it pretty right. She marvels at how her way into the spirituality of the equine-human relationship was through many different horsemanship disciplines. She's done it all, I won't even rattle them off. Just suffice to say, lots of disciplines, lots of years. And then she came to discover the depth of the spiritual relationship through many years of the actual physical, competitive disciplines, etc. And my way, as she has so eloquently articulated to me, my way was that I had a pretty deep background in spiritual paths, transcendental meditation, a school of philosophy in New York City, some Reiki, things like that. And so when I came to the horse world as a newbie, it was natural for me to want to experiment with pausing, grounding with my horses, learning communication with them. So I related to them as spiritual beings from the get-go. And then Jan came to the world of horses through a pretty profound religious, conversation or exchange with one of her pastors. And it was a dream come true for her. She had wanted to manifest horses in her life, and it just wasn't happening. There was some despair involved, for sure, some distress. And then she had a very inspiring talk with her pastor, and voila, I don't know exactly how long thereafter, an opportunity to have a horse, I think at the age of 40, if I'm not mistaken, manifested in her life. So she has a Christian background and a deep belief in how God led her to the world of horses. So we have these different yummy, delicious ways in, and she rides. Jan is still riding, if not every day, then every other day. She's a big trail rider, not competitive world, not like Linnea in that regard. It's all about trails for Jan. So different ways.
Oh, that is just incredible. You each are bringing your own unique talents and backgrounds to this launch that you're having, and how the three of you have come together and formed a bond. And it's like the universe knew that the three of you had something to share with the world, that you needed to come together like you did by buying each other's books. I mean, there's so many books out there, and a lot of them on spirituality, and I'm just amazed that the three of you, with your three different backgrounds, how you all read each other's books and felt drawn to one another. That was meant to be. That was definitely meant to be. The universe had this planned out long before you three probably did.
Yeah, there's so many yummy words heard. It's beschert, the people would say who speak Yiddish. They say it's beschert. Some would say it's kismet. I love the word synchronicity, magical connection. This is the world that I love to swim in, scooping poop and noticing the synchronicities and serendipities in life. You know this about me, Joyce, because you've privileged me with a couple of interviews. So, the way we came together is marvelous and magical. I want to give credit to Linnea. I believe it might have been Jan as well, but certainly I remember Linnea having the idea to launch this Facebook group, not just exclusively to show the world our books, talk about our books on equine spirituality, but also to create a Facebook group revolving around equine spirituality as a book genre, just inviting the community to talk about their experiences with spiritual connections with their horses, maybe telling us and sharing with the community on the Facebook group good books to read in that regard. I don't recall having that as my initial vision. So all due honor to the ladies in my group for expanding the vision. So we've already got over 200 people who have joined the Facebook group over the last couple of weeks. And it's specifically about not riding specifically or competition or how to buy a horse, how to take care of a horse. It's about the spiritual nature of the relationship, and that many people have wanted in. So we are beyond grateful.
Oh, wow. Well, how does some of our listeners that are listening and the ones that will listen to the recording, how do they get involved into your Facebook group so they can learn about the equine spirituality and all the books that are out there and different experiences? How can they get involved in this group?
Yeah, I will tell you, and I'm just going to add on to what you said about how they can learn about it. True enough, but we also we're greedy little piglets. We want to hear from them what their experiences are too, because we we know better than to think that we've cornered any kind of market on understanding the depth of the relationship between people and their horses. So for sure, Joyce, they can join in to learn, but we also want to learn from our growing community. Like I say, over 200 strong. The launch is this Thursday, the 17th. It's got all the different time zones, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't want to get this wrong. I think 6 p.m. Mountain. Yeah, and then Central. Yeah, all the different time zones. So we've had to learn quite a lot of new technology, Linnea and Jan and myself. The easiest way, especially as we're coming up on Thursday now, the 17th, the easiest way is for anybody who wants into the launch and into the group to become Facebook friends with us, because once they become friends with us, they can be invited by any one of us. So if they become friends with us personally, like anybody can go to my Facebook page, Nancy Lee Gerson, Gerson, or Jan Alexander. I think everybody probably knows how to spell Alexander, or Linnea Honn, Honn, and just put in a friend request. And as soon as we are Facebook friends, our Facebook group will allow us to invite any of our personal Facebook friends. So I hope that's clear. And then on the 17th, people will go into their own Facebook page and scroll down to find the events they've been invited to and just click it open. As I say, it's been a learning curve for us, but I'm assured by our hosts for the launch that it's going to be easy peasy for people once they've been invited into our group. So become Facebook friends with any one of us personally, put in a friend request, and we'll confirm it. And then we can go into our Facebook group, which I don't know if we said the name of yet, Joyce. It's Horse, Human, Spirit, a Triad. Horse, Human, Spirit, a Triad. Any one of us three as administrators can just click the invite button to anybody who's one of our personal Facebook friends. I really hope that sounds clear.
Yes, so Horse, Human, Spirit, Triad, go into that group and request to join. And if they are, once they first become your Facebook friend of you, yourself, Jan, or Linnea, then one of the three of you will approve them to join the group, the Facebook group. Is that correct?
Well, you tweaked it a little. It could very well, really could very well be that people can go into the Horse, Human, Spirit, a Triad group and make a friend request there. It could actually be. What I had meant to say, perhaps more clearly, was that they can pull up on Facebook any one of our names, Jan Alexander, Linnea Honn, or Nancy Lee Gerson, and put in a friend request. It might work if there might be a friend request button on the Facebook group itself, but I'm not sure about that way, Joyce.
Okay, but once they become one of you three's friends, then they can go to the group Horse, Human, Spirit, Triad and ask to put in a request to join the group then, correct?
Oh, yeah, but we'll probably beat them to the punch. As soon as we see a friend request come in from anybody, we're going to confirm it, and then one of us will go right into our Facebook group and immediately send them an invite. We're pretty fast about that. We get quick notices when people make a friend request, so I think we'll probably beat them to it. As soon as they make a friend request to any one of the three of us, that person, Jan, myself, or Linnea, will just go right into our website and click the invite button. It's really fast.
Okay, well, that sounds great. How about some of your existing friends that are just now hearing about this and they say, well, we are already friends. How do they get invited to the launch and to the group?
Well, that's easy. A large percentage of those 200-plus people, in fact, are our friends. That's actually how they got into the group. Now you can probably see how it works. All of us, all of us went into our friend list and invited many of those people. I particularly invited people who were not just, not thoroughly involved with, how shall I say, anybody who's like rescuing horses or selling horses or teaching how to ride. That wasn't really the group that I picked from among my friends. I picked from my friends those people who post a lot about the relationship they have with their horses. Otherwise, it would have been like, 2,000 people that I could have picked. I have a large cadre of friends, Linnea and Jan May also. So I was a little selective about it. So they've already, people who are friends with me, Facebook friends with me, they've already got the invite. But anybody who wants to be a new Facebook friend of mine, as I say, they can just pull up Nancy Lee Gerson, make a friend request. They could do that for Jan and Linnea. And we will immediately invite them in. It's not really a hard litmus test, but I really encourage people who want to explore the spiritual relationship with their horses, whether they're riding them or showing them or just working with them and loving them from the ground. As long as they're really interested in the depth of that emotional connection, we want them in the community for sure.
Oh, yes, definitely. Oh, my goodness. Well, this just sounds so exciting of everything that you guys are doing and launching this now. And the launch again is this coming Thursday, November 17th at the times that you said, and then it will be done live on Facebook, correct?
Yeah. One of the things that we tried to make it really clear as much as we could, we posted something on our Horse Human Spirit, a Triad Facebook group. We tried to post it clearly. The lady who's hosting our event is April Craggy, and she's very familiar with a podcast recording studio called StreamYard. So we are officially coming from this platform called StreamYard, which is directly linked to our group. So I just want to say that anybody who joins in on Thursday, if you see the word StreamYard, click here. Don't be thrown by it. It's very clear. It's like 2 or 3 buttons to click. You may have to put your email address, your name in, but we're assured that it's going to be super easy. I want everybody to know that, because we were just learning some of the technology ourselves. It's just going to be easy. When on the 17th, go into your own Facebook page and find where you click onto your own events and calendar, and you'll see groups that have invited you, and you'll be able to click on to the one that's about to start.
Oh, how exciting. How exciting. That will really be a fun time. And I will ask, too, because I'm sure this question will probably come up to you, is some of them may say, well, I really want to hear about the launch. I want to listen to it. Only the time that it's at is I have another commitment, or I'm not going to be able to make that time. Will it then be on your Facebook group page where the ones that want to hear about the launch can go in? Since they have already joined, they just could not make the official launch. Will they be able to listen to it as a recording on the Facebook page?
Yeah, that's a great question. I am told that it's going to be posted on YouTube. I think that's what our host, April, has said. I personally am thinking that it would be really useful to have it on our Horse Human Spirit, a Triad Facebook group page as well. It seems logical and reasonable that it would be there too. So I'm just letting you know that hot off the press, I'm told by our launch host April, that at minimum it will be posted up on YouTube maybe a few days later. I'm hopeful that we get it up onto the group page too. That seems to make sense to me.
That sounds perfect. Now, speaking of YouTube, will you have a YouTube channel also called Horse Human Spirit, a Triad?
Yeah, I think that's why there could be a delay. It could be a delay of a few days in getting the.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You're like we're one mind. Yours and mine, Joyce. You're actually guiding me through some clarifying with your clarifying questions. So I really appreciate that. Like I say, some of this is a learning curve for me. I think the delay in posting it for a few days on YouTube is precisely because we'll look at how to create the channel. I don't think it's very complicated, but all of our attention has gone to the actual launch itself.
Oh, that is just so exciting. Now, with the launch, will each one of you authors be speaking a little bit? You yourself and Jan and Linnea just kind of talking a little bit about it? Is that your plan, so people can maybe learn, if they know you real well but they're not familiar with Jan or Linnea, they can learn a little bit more about each one of them on this launch?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a bit of a structure to it, and it's just funny. I'll just take a little side note. I've done a number of book interviews for my book, either through a couple of audio, like with you, Joyce, and a number were via Zoom. So there was the video, and some of them have had structure to them, and some of them have been very free flowing. And I'm comfortable working within whichever realm. This topic is just so yummy to talk about, horses and people's love for them. This launch will have a certain structure to it. We've given our host April two coaching questions, two questions to ask us about what equine spirituality means to each of us, and how maybe we could describe a spiritual experience that we had with our horse that we included in one of our books. So we've given April two questions to ask us, but within that, you know this about interviewing me, Joyce, you know that I'm likely to go off script and just say what comes out of my heart about my horses, you know.
Yes, and to me I love that. I just love that, because I always say when I'm on an interview with someone, I'm like, we just guide with our hearts, and whatever is supposed to be told to the universe, that's what comes out. So I love it. Just beautiful. Yeah, scripts are fine too, and following them are fine too, but I kind of like to just lead from the heart and just let it flow. And it's amazing sometimes the things you talk about that way.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I can get tickled. Hopefully people will relate to this. I can get tickled by many, many things that come out of somebody else's mouth, but also out of my own mouth. You know, if you're really in the flow, if you're with an interviewer who's, has offering you space around, what the structure is, if it's free-flowing like that, you just never know what droplets of wisdom can come from your mouth, from the interviewer's mouth, from the universe's mouth. I mean, I just love, I love to honor structure. I love when people have taken time to guide me as to how something ought to go. Protocol is not a dirty word. And at the same time, it's nice to just see what bubbles up in any given moment, Same with your horses. You never know when you're standing with your horse or mounted on your horse. You really don't know everything that's going to happen. Things come up,
Oh, how true. The horses, I just love that, because the horses are so magical. And every time you're with them, or every time I go to feed them, or every time I do anything with them, it's like it's new beginnings. It's like something new is going to happen, and I just love it. Yeah. I just absolutely love to not have a script with them either. It's just whatever they want to say or do, or just kind of be with them. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, how beautiful. Well, I'm going to also ask you, since we're talking about equine spirituality, what is one experience, and I know this may be really difficult to think of just one because there's millions of them, but what is one spirituality you would like to share with our listeners today to intrigue them about this upcoming launch on Thursday of your personal experience on equine spirituality?
Well, posing that question, immediately, I will confess, one of the biggest ones that I had came to mind. Of course, my neural pathways there's a good groove in there. When I think about one of the most profound ones, this one will come up. But I'm going to do things a little differently. You know, we just talked about being in the moment and on script, off script. So the being on script in my mind would be this big one. I might save that for the launch. It's also in the book. I'm going to go off script from what my neural pathways are offering me. I'm going to tell you a little one, just little, and I consider it to be spiritual. Recently, one of my horses got a nice cut under an eye, about an inch under the eye. So, a little bit of a tricky place to treat because whatever ointment, whatever you're putting on is going to be somewhat close to the eye. And it's a horse that I've had for a little over a year, and I had to put this ointment. I had to do cleaning. I had to, do things, and he wasn't all that happy about it. And as the last week has gone on, it is so sacred to me. It's a, quote, little thing, but to me it's big. As the week went on, just this morning, I came in the house and announced to my family that I came over to him, to Choco, and I had my finger, my medicine there, and he didn't budge. I had a lead rope on in case I was going to have to, take my hand under his chin and keep him there. Not a budge, not a blink, not a jiggle, wiggle, nothing, Joyce. He simply was there, and there I am dabbing at his cut, which is doing well. And to me, that is very sacred. That's very spiritual. That's the horse saying, I trust you. And I don't know what else could be more spiritual than another being lending you their trust,
Oh, yes. Oh, that is just a beautiful story. That just touched my heart because that is so true. Oh, I just love that because I can just feel how you felt with it through your energy that's coming through your voice and how excited you were at that moment and how his trust in you, he trusted you, but yet that's a very touchy place on any of us. I mean, on a human, that's a touchy place to be messing with. And it takes a lot of trust to be able to just let someone do that. So, that is a beautiful story, Nancy. I love that. That was just perfect.
Well, you know what? You just made it perfect because, I like triads and I like full circles. And I think my story, Joyce, had like 98% of the arc of the circle all the way around. But then when you just joined in that you were happy because you could feel the energy in my voice of the happiness that I felt in those moments, whoosh, thank you. You just completed the full circle of that experience. I bless you for that.
Oh, you are so welcome. Well, I was going to say, too, it just kind of gave me the chills because I could just feel that spirituality coming through. And I'm like, oh, this is just beautiful. I love it.
Oh. It's always good to be with you. It's always so good to be with you, Joyce.
Oh, well, it's the same here, Nancy. I just have absolutely loved our time together. It has just been incredible. And I would really like to ask you also is after the launch and things get going, maybe as of the first of the year comes up, I would love to have you back on to share some more about horse spirituality and how things are going on your Facebook group and just to continue to promote it because even after the launch, letting people know to come in and the things that you are sharing about and learning from others about. I would love to have you back on my show, Nancy.
I will never say no to being with you, and it's multi-level. It's a multi-level yes, because regardless of promoting a book or books or promoting the Facebook group, I truly, 3 times, because I love my 3s, I truly enjoy talking with you. You just bubble forth on the radio in such a pleasant way. So the answer is a big yes. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome, Nancy, and thank you so much. You just made my day even more magical than it already was. So, thank you so much, Nancy.
You're welcome. Until soon, my dear.
Yes, definitely. And I just want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in to this incredible interview with Nancy Lee Gerson. And you heard her live that she will be back on Robust Lifestyle Show. So be prepared because it's going to be another exciting one. And I also would like for each one of you to share this with all of your equine friends, your equine spirituality friends, with your family also that are involved in the equine world, because it is a total magical world. And be sure to check out all the hosts and their shows on divasthatcare.com. Have an absolute magical day. Remember, be kind to all. Give all your animals that great big extra hug and share your love with them. Until we connect again on Robust Lifestyle, stay strong and healthy.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.